Hello everyone who's watching this video. My name is Tigran and welcome to Code Review. Like I promised in my last video, I will now explain how I made the Tic-Tac-Toe unbeatable. So this is the page where you can this is my program, and as you see you can never win it. It is always either lose or draw. Whatever you do, it will always find a way to stop you. So there is no way to beat this piece of shit. Okay, I give up. So let me explain my code. So in my HTML here, I have everything here is the same, like in my last video about where the tic-tac-toe is not smart. So I still have the same margin, the same absolute position, everything is the same, and even the size of the canvas. So here I have again a random function, a function which returns a random number. So my board here is a variable which gets its value here in restart game function, which is called when you open HTML file. So it's always this 9 empty spots when you open it. So let's go over it. First, it has its first function is the same board draw loop, which has and this function links to two functions, board draw row and board draw column, which draw columns and rows here. Then after drawing it, it changes draw part to 2, and also this code is for drawing this restart button. Then the next function that gets called in restart move is totally the same, yeah, it's totally the same. So who starts again calls next move, but one of the most important change things here is this huge function next move. So in my normal tic-tac-toe, this next move is really small. Here it is. It's just about 10 lines of code, but in smart version it's really big. Let me explain why. Because it must have a lot of cases. So the first case is always if the center is not. So if the center is free, it will always draw O in the center. See, whatever I do, if I do not draw X here, it will draw O here. So the next case, next I have all the cases for O winning. So all of these cases are, if I have O here and O here, it will draw O here. Or if I have O here and O here, it will draw O here. So there are 8 possible winning lines. This one, and 2 diagonal. So 3 rows, 3 columns, and 2 diagonals. So 8 winning lines, and each of them have 3 cases. The first case when O must be drawn in the first spot to win. The second case when O needs to be drawn in the second spot, and the third case it needs to be drawn in the third spot. So in total I have 24 winning cases for O. So here the winning cases for O end. So these ifs, there are a lot of conditionals. It says if this and this are O, draw O here. Else if O is here and O is here, draw O here, etc. And if none of these cases are true, it will go to these conditionals. I have I have the same thing for x. If x is here and x is here, for example, it will draw O here. And so there are 24 cases for x, and that's totally the same as this part, but all changed by x. But there is one special thing here. There are a few special cases. If I draw x here and here, it should draw O here. But in that case, if I draw x here and here, that gives me an opportunity to put the next x here, and I can win by doing this and this. So whenever I do this, see the next step, if I do this, it will draw the O here. So I will have to defend, and so I will lose my opportunity to win. So this is what it says: if board 02 is equal to board 20, this is equal to this, and they are x's, it will return 1, 2. So it will return this position here, this point. The next special position is if 00 and 01 are x's. They are not that special. They are just the cases when I put x here, so this is 00 and 01 is here, so it will put O at 02. So it will keep defending. If it sees two x's and it sees my opportunity to put third x and win, it will interrupt me. And always, in all cases, it checks if the spot where it needs to draw an O is empty, because here I have x and x, but this spot is already filled with O. So if I didn't write this part, it would not see if this part was filled, and it would still try to draw an O, though there already is an O here. So there are 24 cases for x winning, but here in the end there are two more special cases. The first one is if I put an x here and an x here, an x here and an x here, this will give me an opportunity to put my next x here, and I will have two positions to win, one by this way and one by this way. So it will put an O here to interrupt me. The same for this combination, an x here and an x here. It will put the O here, so I will not be able to do it. So then if none of the cases are true, so which means there are no two x's whereby putting another x I can win, and there are no two O's where putting O the computer can win, and there are no special cases, it will just draw an O in the first empty space. So if 00 is an empty, it will draw on 00. If 10 is empty, it will draw on 10. So it will go like this. If this no, if not this, then this. If not this, then this. If not this, then this, and so on until the end. So these are all the cases for next move. So when I call next move, it will automatically go through all of these cases, and if one of them is true, then the rest will be ignored. So whenever I call make move, it will take location 1 and location 2, like in the first part. So if I call this function with instead of location I write next move, it will next move with board and is x. It will take this first number and the second number in this array. So location, so the first number here will be this one, location 0, and location 1 will be this one. So it will check if board location 1 and location 2 is empty. It will draw an x there. if that location is empty, it will draw an X there, and it will call draw chord. So what is draw chord? I already explained it in my last videos, but I will do it again. So draw chord checks if the input given by make move gives it the location where I tap. So if I press here, it will give it the location of this point. So by taking that point, draw chord will draw and will check which of these conditionals is true. So in the case I shown, this one is true, I think, and it will call draw move with 25, 225, 25 and is X. So let's look at the draw move. If is X is true, it will begin its drawing path. It will move to XY, and X is 225, Y is 25, so X is 225 and always, let me show it for X. X is 225 and O is Y is 25, so that's this point. It will move to X plus 100 and Y plus 100, so that's this point. Then it will stroke to draw this line. Then it will move to this point, which is X plus 150 and Y. It will move to this point, which is X and Y plus 150 and stroke. So this is just what I said. What about is X is false? It needs to draw an O, so it just draws a circle by the X and Y I give. So this is how it draws. Then it calls find winner. Find winner checks which of these conditionals is true, and it checks if there are any winnings. There is a winning line. So, for example, I let O's win. So if they win, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2 are filled with O's. So let me find that conditional. Here it is. If board 0, 0 is equal to O and board 1, 1 is equal to O and board 2, 2 is equal to O, and winner and dot winner and here is an object with two keys, winner and winning locations. So yeah, here and dot winner will become O, and winning locations will become 0, 0, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So let's check. So here it is, 0, 0, 1, 1 and 2, 2. So this is the winning location. And it will console log that winning location, that on my object end with its winner and winning location keys. And it will set game over to true, so the game will stop. And it will call endDraw with specific inputs. This endDraw will take that specific inputs and draw a line with those inputs. So from XY to X1, Y1. After that, I have if none of these cases are true, it will check this last one. If board 00, board 01 and etc. if all of them are not equal to empty space, that means that all of them are filled with either X or O. So that means that all the board is filled up. So in that case, let me show you. Well, I lost. Let me make a quick draw. So let's look at it. So see this, it says none, so no one won, so it's a draw. If none of these cases are true, so the game is not over yet, it will return nothing, so it will return undefined, so the winner is not defined. Finally, I have my event listener here. which is for drawing drawing an X wherever I tap. So I have 9 cases here. If X is bigger than 0 and smaller than 200, bigger than 200 and smaller than 400, and bigger than 400 and smaller than 600. Each of these cases have 3 internal cases. They are for Y is bigger than 0, smaller than 200, bigger than 200, smaller than 400, and bigger than 400 and smaller than 600. For all of these cases, it calls make move with board, a specific location, and true. So true means that you are playing with X's. And it will set mouse cooldown to true. This make move with these locations will draw X where you in the spot that you clicked on. It will set timeout on enemy move and CD. So after about 1 second, it will call this CD function, which will turn mouse cooldown to false again, so you can tap again. And it will also, after 1 second, it will call enemy move, and it will check if game is not over and draw part is equal to 2, so the board is already drawn. It will call make move with board and input next move, which I explained how it works, and false, so it works for all. So these are 9 cases, and I have a case here when you are tapping on the restart button. If X is bigger than 600 and smaller than 800, so if it is in this part, and if Y is bigger than 200 and smaller than 400, and draw part is 2, so you can't restart if board is not drawn. And let me delete this part, and it will call restart game. Restart game will clear the whole screen. It will set draw part to 0 again, and X and Y to 200 and 0 respectively. Change stroke style to white. Call board draw loop to draw the board again. Set game over to false again. Restart board. And check who is starting the game. And so this is what my code is. Actually, that's not really that hard. So if you have made the Tic-Tac-Toe game with not smart Tic-Tac-Toe, you can actually turn it into smart. Not really hard, and it is not really hard. It just takes time to write all of these cases for next move, and that's all. So this is how you make a smart Tic-Tac-Toe, with which you can never ever win. Whatever you do, it will find a counter move, and it will either win or make it, or it will not let you win. So you have no way to win this system. Whatever you do, it will defeat you or make it a draw. Well, so thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.